my truck, which I normally drive, 334, which is actually a spare truck, but it's the one I prefer to drive, developed a diesel leak right where it goes into the fuel pump, which on the 8600s is a really difficult area to get to. The 8600s are cab forward, so the engines are back, which means you got to get in between the firewall a lot of times and the engine to work on things. And it's diesel and dirt. It's a real mess. So mechanics, they want to work on it right away. The other senior driver who is like me, works part-time, not part-time, but he works 3 days, I work 4 days. He drives a spare truck too. He drives this truck, 346. And my truck is like the weakest, most maneuverable truck in the fleet. Small motor, really good maneuverability. This truck's opposite. It's the strongest truck in the fleet, but it's a tank. It's the least maneuverable. So it's like the opposite. But he likes it. He likes the big, gigantic tri-axle, big 600 horse engine. Back when I was younger, I liked these two trucks. I don't care for them too much anymore. They're too much work. It's a status truck. Well, that's what I've been doing for the last week, is driving this big monster around. It's alright. I mean, when I first started with the company, that's all I wanted to drive was the big trucks. Now I'm lazy, so I don't like driving them as much. We came in at 3 o'clock this morning, working with the big boxes, finishing up the night shift. This truck is 5 feet longer than the truck I normally drive. Even though I've been driving it a week, it still takes time to get used to that extra 5 feet. Plus we got a 45-foot container, so that's an extra 5 feet. Yeah. This is why I say they take extra work, because we don't have the space. So now you got to go back and forth and back and forth. against it here. We need to straighten out. We can't. Eventually, but like I say, it's just back and forth, trying to wiggle it in. Picked one of the tightest spots in the row here just to show you what the problem is with this truck. If you go around and look for a nice big open slot to go in, it's a lot easier, but I wanted to give you a good example. Somebody asked me on my in the comment section if I like these little knobs on the steering wheel. I do not. Some people love them. I do not like them. They damage the truck almost every time it splits the steering wheel. And then yeah, I'm so used to driving without it that when I do drive with one, it just feels awkward. And I don't lack the strength in my arms to spin the wheel, so I don't like them at all. So this is the beast. It's an old Penske truck that we got for free. Because nobody liked it, wanted it. It was in really bad shape. It still is in really bad shape. I mean, it's got all kinds of problems. It's a beast. Look how high that fifth wheel is. That makes life easy. The hood's trying to come off. You got it tied down. Like I say, it's a spare truck, so it doesn't get much love except for, you know, the senior drivers will drive anything just because we got the muscle memory. Everything is easy for us. This goes this way. This is a dunnage can that came from the big box. We just picked it up from Salt Lake. Headed toward the mainland. I don't know if it goes all the way to Minnesota, but I think it goes to California to the regional distribution warehouse. It's full of empty pallets and bales of cardboard, returns, boxes of hangers. Because this truck is so high, if I don't leave the landing gear high, if I don't leave that space, the next regular truck that comes along and tries to hook up, it's going to be way too high. It's kind of like what's, see this truck, this is really high, so anybody that comes to this trailer is going to have to crank it down. This is the height it should be. So that's, you know, a good 6 inches too high. I don't want to leave that problem for someone. Other thing I don't like about this is definitely a work truck. Heavy haul. Look how small this window is. And then we got the what do you call the thing? The headache rack. Lower the landing gear. Huge airbags on this truck, so it'll go way down. There we go. Perfect. Well, we're all done with our big box work. Now we can check in with dispatch, see what else they want us to do. On to the next. Big box can. This one's going to one of our big box deliveries tonight. So we're just taking it back to our terminal. Fifth movement of the day. Yeah, this is an easy set of runs that we do every morning, but I don't like the wait around time. It just makes you feel tired and lazy. I've been working 7 hours, but for at least 3 of those hours I was doing nothing. Just waiting for them to offload and load. It's not my thing. I like to move it. Making our way off of the Sand Island Access Road. Going to make our way onto Nimitz Highway here. Not have the light in our favor, so now we have to merge. Got another trucker to help us out. Today is Thursday, which means this lane is going to back up. It helps if we can get into the next lane. Kind of a busy week, having to drive somebody else's truck. We worked Saturday, we worked Sunday. Yesterday we started painting the exterior of our house. It was my day off, but I didn't feel like it. Coming Saturday we're working, so finally on Sunday coming up we might have an actual day off to relax and do something. Just keeping busy. I don't mind working 7 days a week, but what I do mind if you're working 7 days a week, going to work at 3 o'clock in the morning. That kind of puts things out of sync. And then you come to work and you sit around for 3 hours. I guess that makes up for it. Anyway, making our way back to the yard. We're going to stick this can in the yard. They will. Made myself a plain lunch today. Got some roast pork, rice, cauliflower and peas. Gonna heat that up. Have lunch, check in with dispatch. I'm sure they got something else to do. I was looking at the community list. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of spots, but man, there's a ton of empties that need to be picked up. So that's probably what we're gonna be doing. Cleaning up the community. Well, this is a little different. we brought this equipment out here last Thursday. That's the same day my truck went down. This is the Disney Resort, Aulani. And they just did a American Idol production here. So now they're tearing it all apart. And they sent me out here with an empty to pick up. Oh, they sent me out here with an empty to pick up this stuff. I think the filming was done on Monday. So I guess we've been here about 15 minutes so far. They've opened the doors, but they haven't loaded anything. I have a feeling it's going to take a while because most of what I see is just labor. I don't see a lot of chiefs, let's say. Mostly just Indians. Anyway, here we go, standing by again. That's how we started the day. I guess that's how we're going to finish it. That's it. Shut it down. 412. That's enough. That's not air conditioning. Listen to this thing rattle. It needs a few screws. Yeah. Nobody would want this truck in the shape it's in to drive full time. Radio doesn't work. It's too big. Air conditioning is pretty good. But it's noisy. I think even if the radio did work, you'd have a hard time hearing it sometimes. But we had a nice busy day. We came in at 3. We'll be out of here by 4:30. We did 11 container movements. We sat around for at least 4 hours today. And drove 113 miles. Guess I don't mind it that much. So yeah, if this was my truck, I'd put the time in to go around and find screws for all these things to hold them tight so they don't shake. This is loose, that's loose, that's loose. There's a bunch of stuff shaking outside. This right here drives me crazy. That's just the door lock. Radio has power, just doesn't make any noise. It's like the speakers aren't hooked up. One more day, we'll drive it tomorrow, and then the driver that normally drives this truck will be back. And that'll be it. I think the GoPro turned off for a second. There's only 21% battery life left. So yeah, we'll just get this paperwork filled out, head inside. Truck ran well other than that. Oh, this is the one you got to turn the key on, get the mileage. This entire dashboard looks like it's been replaced at one point, because the odometer only has 46,965 miles. This truck has way more miles than that on it. Yeah, I think most of this dashboard was replaced at one time or another. 213. That was fun going out to the Disney resort, hanging out there for a couple of, about an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. It's amazing how they come in, and there's one or two guys that know what everything is. Okay, take those speakers, put them over there. Take those wires. Okay, the amplifiers, come over here. They just marshal everybody. You see the same guys every time, the same labor guys. Anyway, headed home. We're going to make pizza tonight. Pizza, I got to make pizza and salad. And yeah, that's what's for dinner, pizza and salad. Thanks for watching today. Aloha.